Let's talk about Real Madrid's injury crisis. Bellingham was substituted in the 57th minute against Girona, having already scored twice after claiming that he could not continue, and was replaced by Brahim Diaz. Real have now confirmed in a statement that he has suffered a high-grade sprain in his left ankle. Bellingham's injury comes at an inopportune time for Real, given they have just stretched their lead at the top of the table to 5 points over second-place Girona. The midfielder, who has scored 20 goals this season in all competitions, could miss up to 4 games, RB Leipzig in the Champions League, and Rayo Vallecano, Sevilla and Valencia in La Liga. Bellingham has been in electric form this season and has notched 28 goal contributions in just 29 games. Real have a deep squad, but without him, they may well find life a lot more difficult, especially given their recent loss of Antonio Rudiger to a thigh injury. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's go!
Real Madrid's 2023-24 season has been complicated by a raft of injuries to key players. The club has been forced to deal with torn ACLs suffered by no less than 3 of its biggest stars, Eder Militao, Thibaut Courtois and David Alaba. That trio is joined by a number of other Madrid stars who have been dealing with injury problems this season. Why is there so many injuries? You might wonder. Well, it's not only a Real Madrid problem, it's a football problem. When we look at the Premier League alone, there have been 196 injuries in just over 3 months at the start of the 2023-24 top flight season, according to data analyst Ben Dinnery, founder of Premier Injuries, a 15% increase compared with the past for campaigns. But what causes the injuries? In today's football, players compete more and more matches over the season. Apart from the domestic competition, the best footballers play international matches with their national team and also during pre-season trips. One recovery time between games has also been shortened in recent years. More and more matches are played and rest is decreasing. Too, the probability of injury is increasing, and this can be a great risk for clubs. 3 injuries can negatively affect performance and prevent teams from achieving their objectives. For that reason, one of the objectives of the club's coaching staff is to ensure that the athletes can be at their coach's disposal for as much of the season as possible. Teams invest a lot of money and time in proposing preventive actions trying to reduce the risks of injury in training and competition. Adam from FUFU2 explains it well here. I'll drop the link in the description.
But I don't want to do my hamstring because it's becoming a problem. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, what day are we on today? Well, it is Tuesday the 21st of November. And as of Tuesday the 21st of November, there has been 53 hamstring injuries in the Premier League alone this season, which is up already on last season by 26, which is a bit of a scary trend and correlation. So we're going to look into why that could be happening. And I think some of the reasons are quite obvious. So what is it? Well, it's a battle, I think, between something called money. You may not have heard of it, but money. People at the top of football, the governing bodies, they really like this thing called money. And they want to make a lot of this thing called money. And then it's that versus player welfare, which maybe they care about a bit, but not enough to want more money. So you've got money versus player welfare. Now you ask, what brings in more money? Well, simply put, more games of football. The Nations League, for example, has been introduced in the last 2 or 3 years. Don't think anyone's particularly a fan of it. I don't think anyone's tuning in. Oh, the Nations League's on tonight. I've got to watch it. You know, end of the day, it's a glorified friendly and another thing that they can dress up as a competition. That'd be UEFA, of course, in this instance. But it's extra games that the players have to play at the end of the day. And although the last international break that is still going on, but has just really passed now, has been qualifying games, we've seen quite a few injuries in those alone. So Warren Zaire-Emery, who plays for PSG, 17 years old, having a fantastic season so far, did his hamstring in a modest 14-0 win against Gibraltar. A game in which you'd have thought the French players probably would have just took their foot off the gas a bit. Maybe they did, because to be fair, if they went full throttle, it probably would have been 36-0. But nonetheless, a 17-year-old doing his hamstring in a game like that is quite telling. Gavi as well for Spain, the young Barcelona midfielder, did his ACL, so not his hamstring, but it's telling that he's had to be running to the ground as much as he has because of the amount of games that Barcelona have and Spain as well. You look at Pedri, it's a miracle he's alive and kicking, to be quite frank, the amount of games that he's played in the last 2 or 3 years. But Gavi's followed suit and it's all really caught up on him, so it's quite worrying really that we're seeing it so frequently now. It also looks like it's going to carry on as well, which is quite a sad truth, because as these governing bodies want more money, they want more games, and next season the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League are going to have 36 teams in it with 8-game group stages, which is just even more. I mean, that's going to be played in the winter period, so imagine now, but just another 2 club games wedged in there somehow. I think in England they're going to have to scrap the League Cup at this rate if this is the way that the game is going. Not only that, but we've also seen the UEFA Conference League introduced recently as well, which I suppose has some positives because, you know, it gives those teams like West Ham, for instance, who won it last year, that European fairy tale. I think it's great for the fans, but for the players as well. Extra games for a wider array of players now, not just the ones at the upper echelons of world football. And of course FIFA, yes, we all love FIFA, don't we? The very honourable organisation that is FIFA, they are making the Club World Cup go from 4 teams to 32. I don't have enough fingers. 32, as of 2025, the Club World Cup is going to be in the USA, and it's going to have 32 teams in it. So, more games.
And that's why player injuries are increasing daily. We've come to the end of our video. Please your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.